Hey guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So since Valentine's Day is in a week, I decided I would post a Valentine's inspired makeup look. I don't have any like Valentine's Day or like love-y clothes, but I have my Girl Supporting Girls light pink hoodie, and that's what I was wearing today, so I figured I would just keep it on for the sake of the video. Galentine's. I don't have a Valentine this year. Haven't for like the past 19 years, but it's fine. So I was going through my makeup palettes and I was just looking for every ounce of pink I could find. So there's this pink in the Life's a Drag, like Lunar Beauty palette that can be used. There's that really pretty like pink shimmer. There's a couple in the Norvina palettes. There's this pink and that pink. This Too Faced collection palette from a few Christmases ago is called I Believe in Pink. So it's just a lot of pink. That blush, super pink. I'll probably use that. This little mini Violet Gloss palette has some pinks in it. They're more like cranberry tones, but definitely have those. And then there are some of the pinks from the James Charles palette, if I can open it. There's some pinks in like this section, and then there's this really pretty like shimmer pink at the top. We also have some of the shimmers from the Jaclyn Hill palette. These top three are all pink. I could also incorporate some of the reds that are in this palette. And then we have the iconic Morphe x Jeffree Star palette, which is basically like a whole slew of pinks and purples. So I think I'm just gonna play around with probably all of these and just see which ones work. I definitely like the hot pink shades in both the Morphe James Charles palette and the Jeffree Star one. They both have really pretty hot pinks, so I might incorporate both of them and just mix them together. Haven't used that palette in a bit. Haven't used most of these palettes in a bit. I really like the shimmers from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I think they just all look really well together. And then I might incorporate, like I said, I'll probably mix the hot pink from the James Charles palette, and I really like this light pink as a transition color. It just looks super pretty. I might not use the Life's the Drag palette just because it's like, it's a hot pink, but it's more of a pastel pink than the others, so I might put this one away. Sorry, Minnie, love you, but yeah, I might put this one away because this is more of like a, I guess they're like pastel colors to me. So I might not use that one. Sorry, Manny. And then I do like the pink shimmer in this palette, but this, like the pink is it's a little dark, it's a little muted, but could work it out. But I'm definitely leaning towards incorporating this little guy, the Berry Burst, because they're just really pretty like tones that you can like blend. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I might use the blush from this palette and then maybe put like this pink rank shade in like the inner corner or whatever. So yeah, and then I might take like a white liner and do like some graphics. I don't know. This intro is already 5 minutes of me talking about what eyeshadow I'm gonna use. So let's just hop right into the video. So like I said, I don't have my e.l.f. primer with me. I do have this Tarte base tape. So I know this is like a, what's it called? It's a hydrating primer, and I have like combo skin. Ooh, that might be too much. So I don't know how this is gonna work. Because it might make me too oily, but it's all I have, and I don't want to put my foundation on without some form of a primer, so we're gonna work with what we got. It's kind of sticky, but some people like that in a primer. It all depends really. So next I'm going to use my Tarte Femme Concealer, the shade 22, I shouldn't have done that, 22 Light Beige. And I'm just going to kind of just dab that on. I'm just gonna blend that in and down the neck, some on the ears. So I'm just tapping that in. Now that that is applied, I'm gonna go in with my ColourPop No Filter Concealer in the shade Light 18. I'm just putting that under my eyes, bridging my nose, a little on the cupid's bow, some on, that's my forehead. This is my cupid's bow. And my chin. And I'm just going super light under the eyes. I'm trying not to drag the brush too much. Ooh, I think I got foundation in my nose. So now that is blended in, I'm going to set my face with the Maybelline Shine Free Loose Powder in Light. Just taking a fluffy brush. I'm going to just set where we put that concealer, and then with what's left on the brush, I'm just going to use that to set the rest of my face. And I don't think I'm gonna use bronzer. I might, but just a little bit, because I don't like a lot of bronzer, but sometimes you just need it to add some dimension. I didn't bring a bronzer, so never mind, we're gonna skip bronzer. I'm still just setting for no reason. So next up is blush. So I'm going, I think this blush, yeah, that's definitely gonna be a little too pink. So we're gonna just put that away. And I'm going to use the blush from the Adeline Morn Extra Spell palette that smells like vanilla. So good. And we're just gonna use an angled brush and use the I Feel Beautiful. And then what I did the other day without realizing was I accidentally dipped into the highlighter in this palette and then dipped into the blush, and it just created this really pretty, almost like pink highlight. So I'm just gonna recreate that. And then I'm just gonna smile. It just creates this really luminous blush and it looks so pretty. So I'm just smiling and focusing it on the ups of my cheeks and blending outwards. And then a little on the nose. And then for the rest of the highlight, I'm going to dip into the Ciate Jessica Rabbit collection. This is the Jessica Rabbit Multi Glow. It just looks like that. And I'm just focusing it on her hair, which is like a champagne color. There's like three like sections. Like you have like the bronze, the gold, and then her hair is like the champagne color. I'm gonna put that on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, the chin, and just a little bit where we put that other highlight, and then some of the temples, a little bit on the forehead. Just like that. Just really simple, really pretty. And then on to the eyes. So first, as always, I'm going to prime my eyelids with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I used to use concealer to prime my eyes, which works, it does, but I just like this priming my eyes so much better, just because it gives you that really sticky tackiness to hold the pigment of the shadows. So yeah, I've been using this for like a year now. Literally go-to. Like, I haven't run out. So one jar lasts you for a while. Alright, so next I'm just going to take a fluffy brush. I'm going to use the brush that came in the Life's a Drag palette, the Lunar Beauty one. I'm going to use the really fluffy side of this. And I'm going to dip into the James Charles palette. And I'm going to take that light pink shade, Pinkity Drinkity, right here. I remembered some of the names, not all of them, but I know some. So I'm just really dipping in there. And I'm just going to apply that in the crease. It's just going to be like a wash of color. It might not show up so well because it is like a super light pale pink. So I don't know if it's going to show up on camera. It's like, oh, you can kind of see it. You kind of have to dig in to make it show up. Well, at least for me personally. You can kind of see it. Actually, I'm going to use the other end of this brush. Maybe that will work better. I really don't know. I don't know if this is showing up at all. Okay, well, it doesn't really matter. It's just a transition shade. I don't know why I was having so much anxiety about it. It's literally a transition shade, like no one cares. Then I think I'm going to start mixing those pinks from the two palettes. Yeah, so the pink I'm going to first dip into is called Self-Made. I'm just going to take it on a small blending brush from Morphe. It's called Self-Made. This one is from the Jeffree Star palette in collab with Morphe. So I dipped into that. And I'm going to put that on first. Literally just tapping it is making a difference. So I'm just focusing that in the crease. And then there's a lot that came up on the brush, so I can probably just use what's left on here on the other eye. I'm just going to dip in again, very lightly this time, because the one brush coated my two eyes. I'm just going to dip in again, like the teeniest amount, just so I can bring up the pigment on my left eye. So I'm just blending that in like that. And I think I'm just going to apply the insiest amount of Skip, I think the light pink in this shade palette is called. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Skip. So I'm just taking that on another blending brush from Morphe, and I'm just going to use this. It was closed. To buff out the edges of this hot pink. Just kind of getting in there. And it looks like a lot now, but I promise we will clean it up, so don't worry. So I'm just blending that in. And then I'm going to take a brush with no additional product. Let me just find it. And I'm going to just quickly blend that together, just in wide circular motions, just to kind of fluff it out, make sure there's no harsh lines, just make it look really as soft as it can be, because this is a pretty bright color. And I'm going to take a somewhat smaller brush, and I'm going to use the Jaclyn Hill X Morphe palette. All of the palettes I'm using are X Morphe. James Charles X Morphe, Jeffree X Morphe, Jaclyn Hill X Morphe. So I'm going to dip into the reds in this palette, and it is Hunt's, Roxanne, and Jax. I don't know if you can see. So Hunts and Roxanne and Jax. Hunts, Roxanne, and Jax. I'm just gonna go like this between all of them. And then I might take the insiest, the teeniest, tiniest bit of the red from the James Charles palette. My chair is so annoying. I'm so sorry. I forgot what the red shade is called in this palette. But I'm just going to just dip it in there. I forgot what it's called. I really wish the names were on this. That, like the mini one, I think. I think the mini one has the names. Not sure, but I forgot what the red is called. So if you know what the red in the James Charles palette is called, leave it down below. So I'm just going, after my James Charles palette falls to the absolute ground. Is it broken? Probably not because it's so thick, but still. No, she good. She Gucci. I have so much stuff on my desk, I can't even get to my mirror. And I'm just taking that on the outer corner of my eye, just blending that in the outer corner in tiny circular motions. Not taking it too high. Ooh. And on that same brush, I'm going to dip into the Violet Voss Berry Burst palette. And I'm going to dip into these two, this one and this one. I'm just going to mix them up. And I'm going to take those colors further in. It's like almost a blend between the pinks and then like the burgundies to the reds. Just to almost like a gradient effect in a sense. Just keeping it on like the outer portion of my eye. Now that that's blended, we're going to take that brush with no pigment on it and just blend that all together. We're just blending, blend, 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 blend. That's really pretty. So, as I was in the Berry Burst palette, some of the shimmers in here are almost identical to the shimmers in the Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm just gonna swatch them because I don't know if anyone has ever compared them. So I'm going to compare them, but I'm just dropping everything. So I'm going to compare the shimmers because, you know, I'm just interested. So this is the light pink, oh, fuck. So this is the light pink. I don't know if you can see that. It's the light pink. Hold on. Sorry, I just switched the lighting. So this is the light pink from the Berry Burst palette. That's how it swatches. Ooh. And then here is the light pink from the Jacqueline palette. They're similar, but there's definitely a difference. I don't know if you can see that. The lighting is so weird. So there, you can kind of see it. So this one's the Jacqueline one, that one's the Berry Burst one. And then here is like the deeper pink from the Berry Burst palette. That one. And then I'm going to swatch the deeper pink from the Jacqueline palette. So they're definitely similar, but they definitely have their differences. So the ones on the left are from, so this one and this one are Berry Burst, and this one and this one are Jacqueline Hill. I don't know if you can see, but they are pretty similar. The Jacqueline Hill ones are swatching better and are far more pigmented than the Berry Burst ones. But like I said, just wanted to make that comparison. So I'm going to cut my crease with my concealer. Just gonna add a dab of more. And still just cutting my crease. Okay, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use a mixture of Faint, this one, and Little Lady. I'm not going to use the darker one just because like the eyes are kind of dark already. So I'm just mixing those two, and they are soft and creamy. And so I'm just going to pack that on top. I could have definitely used some of the shimmers from the Jeffree Star and James Charles palette, but I've been using those both a lot, and I forgot how good the Jacqueline Hill palette actually is. And if you follow her or have been keeping up to date with her, her brand, Jacqueline Hill Cosmetics, is releasing a new palette, and it's so pretty. I don't want to flash a photo of it on the screen, so I don't know if that can get copyrighted, but just go on her Instagram. It's super pretty. It's got a mixture of like pinks and yellows, and it's just like super fall, like not fall, it's like spring. Like it's really springy, really summery. So yeah, I think that comes out the 13th or the 14th. I'm not quite sure. So I definitely might want to snag that. Don't know if I will or can, but I'll definitely try. So that's what the eyes look like now. Like right now. I might just take a little bit of brush and just kind of blend a little more. And I'm going to use a mix of the white shimmer in this palette. It's called In Light. Actually, Beam is pretty good too. Ooh, I just have my face. So I'm just gonna use these two shades. It's In Light and Beam. Just the brightest colors in the palette. I really like Beam though. I think Beam comes up a little more. And then I'm gonna put a Super Shock shadow on top. Like I always do. So I'm just packing that in the inner corner. And if you don't already know me by now, I'm going to use the ColourPop X Disney Hi-Ho Super Shock Shadow. This is like the best one from the collection, or of the ones I have. I do have more, but this one is just my favorite. It's like an iridescent white and with like a shift of pink. It just looks really pretty in the inner corner with any look. So I always include it no matter what. Just super universal, opens up the eyes, just love. So I don't know if I want to add like little hearts. I was gonna get like stickers and then like put like a whole lot of blush on and then peel off the stickers, but I didn't have time. So yeah, feel like I messed up somewhere along the lines, and this could have been a lot better planned. Actually, I'm going to kind of do what I said. So I'm gonna take that really bright pink blush from the Too Faced collection. It's called Pink Poinsettia. Just kind of dipping my brush in there. And I'm gonna go from like my cheeks over my nose. I will blend. This is just like I, in fact, look like I just got hypothermia. I'm just gonna blend. That looks better. And I'm going to take the NYX white eyeliner and think, oh, should I make like X's and O's? I'm gonna make little hearts. So there's a little heart. Probably should have taken like a little liner brush. Do I have one? I know this is supposed to be an eyeshadow brush, an eyeliner brush, but I don't really do liner. It's not quite showing up like that. Came out kind of large. I'm going see if I can whip it. Kind of fix it. Bad. They're definitely not even. And then I think I'm just going to maybe add like little dots. Like, I was gonna make like freckles, but it's not gonna work. And this is why we shouldn't let me be creative. Because we're just gonna mess up. Actually, hold on. I have a beauty blender somewhere. Let me see if I can kind of use that to my advantage. Maybe use some setting spray. Kind of dampen it. Yeah, don't let me be creative or try a super cute, fun Valentine's Day look, because it'll end up like this. X's and O's would have been better. X's and O's, maybe. I just kind of messed up everything I did, and this is a 40-minute video. You know what, we're gonna I'm gonna conceal, don't feel. You know what? I'll be back when I fix this mess. Okay. So I'm back. I did the X's and O's instead. This O, it's a little lower than this one, but looks 100 times better. I'm just going to blend my nose a bit, and I'm just going to add more highlight. And I'm gonna take the one from the Adeline Morn palette called Promise Ring. And just going to apply that on top. Down the nose, you know the drill. And not gonna wear that setting spray. So this is my cutesy little Valentine's Day look. It took a turn, and I think it looks better, honestly. Yeah, so this is the final look. X's and O's. Don't like copyright me, please. It was just like 2 seconds. But yeah, so this is my look. I hope you enjoyed. Just know that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be about a significant other. It can be about just people you love. spending time with the people you love, your friends, your family, if you don't have a significant other like me. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for getting through with me. It was a long one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Always remember, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear crown, be strong on the inside. Bye, guys.